Why do you feel like it's, I mean, you're always so good in terms of just talking to the media, spending as much time. Did you learn that from like a Joe Thomas, or why do you feel like that's important?
It's just something I've been instilled in my whole life. Something about respect. You respect people for the job they have to do, the job you have to do, and you guys are just trying to do your job. And it's not hard to give you guys a day of the week or a couple times a week talk to you guys. And it's something you see Joe Thomas do, Alex Mack do, Mr. Schwartz, those guys. So you want to just be a team player about it, and someone has to talk to you guys, so you might as well put a good foot forward.
And when you look at this Ravens defense, how different are they, or are they different than when you played them in October?
I mean, they were good in October. We only got 12 points on them then, and but they're playing at a really high level. Probably, if not the best, one of the best defenses in the league right now. They're getting after the passer. They shut down the Chargers this last week pretty handily. So it's not been fun to watch them, but the way they've been running around the ball and getting there, it's been pretty impressive.
Joel, there's a lot of things you guys can accomplish this week. First winning record since '07, division record, etc. How much that was spoil or roll the motivation?
I think you think about it, but for us, honestly, it's trying to go out there and finish at 8-7-1 more than anything, and then whatever kind of happens after that happens. But we're really focused on ourselves, and Greg's done a really good job of being 1-0 each week. Treating kind of each game for us as a playoff game, even though we're not in the real playoffs, and just trying to be the best version of ourselves, because we think if we can be the best version of ourselves, that's enough for us to get a win this weekend. And then kind of whatever happens after that, you'll kind of sit down and read the cards afterwards.
We've asked you about Baker a ton, but we voted him Player of the Year this year, and he's had such a big role in the turnaround last year and this year.
Yeah.
Why do you think you've had a lot of other quarterbacks that haven't been able to do that? Why do you think it's been different with him?
I think he's the guy. He when you find a quarterback that's right, you kind of get that feeling, and he takes it from the practice field. If he makes a mistake at practice, he takes it to the game and fixes that. If he makes a mistake in the game, he fixes it there. I mean, he's what you want in a quarterback, and I think that's a credit also to the people around him. Terod, Drew, Ken Zampese, all those guys have really instilled in him coming in, get his work done, be that. So when he sees something in the game, it's not the first time. He's ready, he's prepared, and then he has the talent. You have to be talented to be a good quarterback. All those guys are, and then if you put in the work, you take it serious, off the field, that's when the really good ones come. And he has a long way to go, still. He'll tell you that. But what he's done for our team and gave us someone to rally around and lead us has been very impressive. And, when you have a quarterback, it makes a lot of things easier.
Has he showed you that work ethic this year? I mean, that's something you never know when you're just watching film and don't know a guy, but he's shown you that?
Yeah, one of the most impressive things I've seen from Baker is when, during training camp, Terod was the starter and he was the backup. He took every meeting, every practice, every snap like he was still the starter, even though he couldn't compete really. It was just, hey, I'm going to go out there and do the best I can, and eventually, I'll get my opportunity. And it was impressive to watch. And then he comes in, he gets his work in the weight room, he gets his work in the meeting rooms. If he ever has a question with the O-line, he'll come and talk to us. He's what you want to see in a quarterback, and I think that's him personally, and like I said, the guys above him, helping him out and showing him the way.
And Joel, so when you said when you got that quarterback, you had the feeling that he's the guy. So when you don't have that quarterback, you have that feeling, oh boy, this guy just doesn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, you find it both ways. When you're going out there playing, you don't think about that as much, when you're out there on a week-to-week basis. But when you're winning games or you're losing games, you can kind of feel, you get that feel of, hey, this guy has something special, or hey, this guy can improve on these aspects. I don't think it always happens so quickly. You don't know for sure yes or no. But with Baker, you're like, all right, you're seeing some really good signs, and it's been fun to be around.
It seems like you guys have played some big games in Denver, had a lot on the line for you and Denver, but do you expect a different level of intensity in this one?
Yeah, they're playing. I mean, I know they're playing for their playoff life. If they win, they're in. It's easy for them. They just got to beat us, and we're playing to be over 500 for the first time since '07, like you guys said. They moved our game to the afternoon so that everybody's kind of on the same slot. But it's fun, man. We're in Baltimore. It's going to be intense. I feel like it's going to be a similar atmosphere to Denver. Denver was very, rowdy and night game, national TV. It's fun to be a part of these. We haven't had too many of these. Last year in Pittsburgh, they were resting their guys. We're trying to get a win. So it's it's fun to be a part of these.
Joel, speaking of Pittsburgh, how does it feel to know that they're probably the biggest Cleveland Browns fans in the world this week?
It's the NFL, man. It's crazy. You know, if you would have told us any other week, I'm sure people were like, "Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?" But it's how the NFL works. You know, they need us to win, and it's part of it. You know, I don't think it changes how we attack the week or anything like that. But it's a cool story to for people to kind of write about and the fans to get excited about.
Joel, there was a couple of weeks there you were playing left tackle for this team. Seems like forever ago. But considering everything that's happened with this turnaround, has this been the most unusual season of your career?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you start training camp at one position, they switch positions on you. You draft a quarterback number 1, but he's not going to be the starter. You know, starter gets hurt, quarterback comes in, you move back to your old position. Coaches get fired midseason. I mean, there's a lot that goes on. You start winning some games. The NFL's a crazy place, man. It's a crazy business. It's something I love to do is play football and be a part of this. But you really don't know what you're going to get week to week. And from all the ups and downs, it's fun that we've been ending on a high note, and hopefully it gives the fans hope and it gives us players something to work for this offseason so we can be like, hey, we know what we're doing this year. We're going to go compete for the division and kind of see what happens.
What was it like to take game ball to Bob White?
Oh, it was really cool. You know, we talked about it Saturday night, and it's something you don't want to jinx anything, but you're like, if we win this game, we're taking this game ball to Bob. We probably would have visited him anyway, but when you had the win, you ran for over 100 yards, no sacks. It was cool. It was cool. Me, JC, Kevin, Austin Corbett all went over there. Coach Hutt was there, and he was in good spirits. You know, he watched the game, had his little 22-inch TV in his hospital bed, but it was fun to see him, and he was excited to see us. You know, he wanted to be out there pretty bad, and it hurt him to be tied up, but it was really good to see him, and I know he appreciated us coming.
Joel, do you guys embrace some of the stuff that Baker does during the game, including stare down and some of the other things like that, or do you ever feel like, as the two-time good guy, would you ever feel, the need to try to rein him in from any of that kind of stuff ever?
I think when the quarterback's going, I do rein him in if he's getting after the officials too much or something like that. You know, we can't have that. But the way he plays, he's just a passionate guy. And, honestly, half the stuff I don't see till after the game. And you guys ask me after the game, like, oh, I might need to check that out. But the way he plays is passionate, and it honestly fires up the defense, the special teams, the receivers, everybody else. I think the O-line's the most even-kill position group on the team. So we're just going to try and do our job and keep him upright. You know, if he talks a little bit more or has a little bit of swagger to him, that's what makes him special, and we're going to roll with that. You know, if he ever gets us a penalty or something, then we can get after him a little bit. But right now, he's our quarterback, and that's what we got to roll with.
You said he likes to get after the refs a little bit?
Only when they're not making great calls. You know what I mean? It's fair. You know, we just got to make sure we're getting the plays in and all that stuff. But it's all in just playing the game. You know, we're just playing the game. We're trying to win, and he's so competitive that anything that doesn't go our way, he's ready to attack.
You know though, you've been around. What goes around comes around, and if he's making himself a target, that could come back to haunt him. Can he fire you guys up without the extra stuff like staring down the opposing coach for 30, 40 yards?
Yeah, I honestly didn't even see that, and I was pretty pumped up regardless, It's something that I'm sure people are going to target him for, I'm sure. I don't know if the NFL is as big of a bulletin board material league, at least for me. I don't ever go into a game like, wow, I saw this guy said that our line's not very good this week. Like, we better come in and bring it. Like, I'm bringing my best every week. And teams are going to bring their best every week. Hopefully it doesn't lead to a cheap shot or something like that. That's not what this league's about. But, every week you got to bring your best or you're going to get embarrassed out there. So I think from that perspective, we're always focused on that. And we'll kind of see where it leads from there.
Last week, Nick Chubb told us that 1,000 yards is always a goal that he's had forever, basically. Then he had a big game. How eager are you to be a part of that?
That'd be cool. We haven't had one of those since I've been here. And for him to come in, I think he started week 7 or something like that, to be close to getting it. It'll be impressive. Of course, we're going up against one of the best run defenses this week, so we're going to have to be excellent. But if we can get him over that mark, it's a credit to him, though. I mean, he's a talented player, man. you know, we try and block it the best we can, and sometimes it's not the block the best, but he gets every yard there is, and it's been fun to see him and Bake in the backfield really taking control of it.
Will you tell your grandmother that you got the good game?
Yeah, I'm sure she's watching. She loves watching these. So hi Grandma again, and I'm sure she's proud of me. So hopefully.